I've been surrounded by music, and I've always been drawn to instrumentals because my mom would always play music, my grandma would always be playing music. I was just hearing it everywhere. But it was always like, I could never focus on the words, and it was always the instrumental for me. And when I got a keyboard, all that kind of just came together, and I started like creating my own like melodies and stuff like that. So the Battle of the Beatmakers, the first time I was in there, I was about 14. It was really nerve-wracking. I went with my mom both times. But the first time, I like literally had like a nervous breakdown. I was like, I need to leave. Like, I can't do this anymore. This was like after I won the first round. I've always been in my bedroom, and I was a really quiet kid. And I spent all my time like just making music. So having to like play the music that I've just been alone making in front of a whole bunch of people was just a lot for me. I was like crying with my mom, and then she looked at me and she's like, this is what you want, you know? Like, if this is not what you want, then we can leave. But this is exactly what you wanted. So you should go back in there. So I did. And then I didn't win that time around, but I won a second time, and then I won that time. And I was the youngest at the time to win. So I was 15. I met Boy Wonder at the Battle of the Beatmakers. We kind of kept in contact from there. So I asked Boy Wonder to be my mentor at that time. And that's kind of how like our relationship grew a lot. He also like just gave me really good advice, like especially with certain people that I would work with. He was like the first person to tell me not to put too much into my music, because I would kind of like, especially because of the beat battle culture, I would add like a whole lot of just different sounds and not care too much for the artists. So he's the first person to really make me think about the artist first. Our relationship is still incredible right now. Like I can call him anytime and ask him for anything at any point. So he's just like an amazing person. I founded Wonderchild in 2020. I was like working with a lot of producers for a while, like because I was just kind of like following Boy Wonder's model. He would just constantly be helping a bunch of producers, and I'd see he'd be signing his producers. He started his own like publishing company and all that stuff, so that really inspired me. So I would have producers that, you know, didn't have any placements or whatever around me in general, and I'd find them opportunities and all that. I signed my first producer in I think it was 2015, and it inspired me to like start signing producers again because I really enjoyed working with them. I really wanted to just see them grow into something as producers. COVID hit, and obviously there was a lot of time to think, and I was just like, yeah, I kind of want to start actually turning this into a thing and build a brand. I've always just wanted to like change the way music sounds in general, and I feel like one of the ways of doing that is like controlling the producers that are coming into the industry as well. I just want to help them like come in and change the way that music sounds in general. I love like just helping like and just guiding people through that and seeing them become the producer or whatever it is, like whatever they want to be, just achieving those goals. Anytime any of my producers get placements, I'm just like, yes, you know? So it's been dope.
I met Ebony the first time through her cousin named Matt. One day he just said like, hey, you should come to the studio because he knew I made beats. And I met Ebony and I played her my beats. She didn't like it at first, but things happen, you know, and, you know, I just hope for the best, kept in contact. And ever since, yeah, we've just been working with each other ever since, yeah. Being a part of Wonderchild is like being a part of a family. In the music industry, you kind of get lost in like different groups and, you know, hang around the wrong crowds. Or I feel like me just being in Wonderchild definitely helped me in terms of like, you know, helping me be humble and yeah, stay grounded. I produced for like Bad Bunny, Summer Walker, SZA, Don Toliver, Lil Uzi. I won a Grammy for Bad Bunny's album, and yeah, it was a blessing.
So Ebony Systems is just basically a company that I'm starting. I've always wanted to create tools that can like just simplify the process for certain people and kind of help them understand what sounds I'm putting together and how I do it. Putting all the things that I use in one little thing would just make everyone's life easier. So effects plugin is like something that you would put in the mixer, like a delay or something, or a reverb. Effects plugins is not something you play, it's just you add it onto sounds to make them have effects. A VST is more of like a virtual instrument. Usually a VST would be like a piano that's in the program, or drum synthesizer in the actual program, and you're using it on your MIDI controller.
Ebony Systems is, I feel like, our way of really consolidating a really simple workflow that has worked for WonderGurl into a now product that is open for the world. I think that at her level, she's developed such a level of experience that now she's able to understand exactly what a producer needs. And it's just a really simple way to get the sound for you. Hardware has been a really big dream for us, and I think that to just develop everything Ebony wants to develop is our dream. Like if it's going to be a speaker set, or if it's going to be a portable speaker, if it's going to be headphones, if it's going to be any type of equipment or technology, and we can create it how we want to create it, that's the dream.
I think business and art often clash in many ways, and sometimes you want to maintain that purity of just creating and being creative, but balancing it with launching a business that's sustainable, that can grow, that can evolve. So I think pairing those two, and Ebony is very passionate and she really cares about the music and the artists that she works with and the producers that she works with. So it's kind of creating an environment where that can thrive, but the business can also grow.
I wouldn't say I'm like the most, especially before, the most business forward person. I was just all creative. So it's made me have to like focus on business, learn everything about the business I actually have.
Hearing how she talks about the producers that have come up under her and the artists and that passion. So it's not necessarily based on like accolades, but the moments that I'm really proud to be working with her is when she speaks and I can tell how passionate she is about the work that we're doing.
So one of the things that stand out with Ebony is her range of sound, and her to kind of go to the future, go back in time, be present, is always amazing, because sound is, like the creation of it is so random at times, but that's the best part, because every day, every summer, there's a new sound, there's a new vibe.
She literally will go in and just like, it's like she's like dissecting a whole entire like beat. She'll like go in and just, take out one sound and then put it on the next, the end of the beat, or just, take a chop and then, kind of reverse it and just do certain things that very like unorthodox ways of doing it compared to other producers. I feel like that's what really makes her stand out to a lot of producers here. There's a lot of songs I listen to and I'm like, who produced this? And I'm like, oh, of course, Ebony did. But I'd have no idea like when I first play the song. And it's happened a few times.
The authenticity to her sound, and how you can be in any place. You could be in a club, you could be in a bar, you could be in an airplane, and you hear a WonderGurl beat come on, you know it's WonderGurl.
I didn't become a producer to be famous at all, When I was really young, it was like the fame, just people knowing my name was like very tough for me. Just a whole bunch of people like looking up to me now and just knowing my name and seeing me in places and being like, hey, WonderGurl. Like it was kind of just like a lot for me. And doing interviews was a lot for me as well. Like just that type of attention, I just grew into it, and it's cool now. Like I'm fine with people coming up to me and whatever it is. Like I actually kind of enjoy it and I appreciate it.
Working with Ebony in a creative sense, and just in general, what I love about working with her is that she's just incredibly optimistic. I think that there's no limits on what we want to create, and there's no pessimism in terms of like we don't have enough tools to create it. So like any type of utility or any person that we need to get to, or any type of resource that we'll ever need to create a product in mind, we have.
It just comes down to how much Ebony cares. She really cares about the music, she cares about the artists, she cares about the producers, and you can see how that affects the way we do business and the things that we prioritize and the things that we care about.
In the next 5 years, for Wonderchild, the record label, I hope to find a great home for it and definitely like blow up a few artists. Keep signing more producers, keep building the brand as well and turning it into more than what it is. and something that people can really feel and connect to. For Ebony Systems, I just want to have just a bunch of products. I want people to be actually using it in their workflow. I want to see it in everyone's mixers, you know? And then eventually have the hardware, speaker, computers, synthesizers, whatever it is, because the possibilities are endless. So hopefully we'll see that in the next 5 years.